Fix It Tony here. Thanks for clicking on the video. We have the beater Yukon back, and today we're going to be exploring a problem that it's been hounding me for a long time. Not the dog. This thing won't pump gas, and it is a pain in the butt. When I say it's a pain in the butt, like sometimes it pumps, sometimes it doesn't. We pulled the, if you watch previous videos, I'll link them. We pulled the whole system down. Could not figure out what it was. And sometimes they say the easiest problem may be the correct one. We actually opened up the vent holes in here, and that helped, and it started working good again. So I'm okay, there's our problem. Problem came back, and it came back even worse. Sometimes what happens, these little flipper door in here will break off, end up stuck in the pipe, but that wasn't the case. So I put a scope down there to see what was going on, and lo and behold, we found the problem. So some years have a check valve. There's like 03s and newer have a check valve at the tank that opens and shuts. It's for evaporative reasons, whatever. When you let fuel in, it opens up and lets the fuel down in. These older ones have like a balloon inside the actual tube. It's really bizarre. Never seen anything like it before. I don't understand why they did that. But what happens over time is that you have outer hose, and then the inner hose, it just collapses on itself, and it won't let fuel pass. And then the fuel is actually feeding up, back, and through and going down the vent line. That's how bad that situation gets. I didn't know about that. Now I do. We ordered it from Rock Auto. It was only 110 bucks for a new hose, vent line, and everything we need. So we're gonna go get this thing on the lift. Before we do that, we're gonna remove our, I think there's a couple screws in here. Should be a couple, yeah, they're there. We'll remove those bad boys, and we'll start getting ready to remove this whole assembly and replace the whole assembly. And that should solve our problem. All right, so you have a T25, and then a little pop rivet, which we have here. So, and this whole assembly just slides right out, goes right down, and then we can take the hoses off on the inside. And I think there's one little strap in there we gotta take off. We're gonna do this on a lift, but this is totally able to do in a driveway. I do recommend you hose that whole downside, hose it down underneath, because a lot of dust will come down falling on you, because this is where all the road stuff comes up. So spray it down with water, let it sit overnight. It might make your job a little bit easier, not gonna be eating dirt for the rest of the day. All right, so we took that loose. We're gonna have to take the spare tire down. That's blocking our view. And it looks like there's another bolt up here and possibly another one right up here it has to remove. Because we're only replacing this section back, from here back, not this hose. But we'll double check that one while we have everything apart, make sure there's no issue there. It doesn't look like there is, but we will double check that. And then here's our new piece here. More metal on this one. But when we get this down, we'll take a look at it. So there's a key on the spare tire, and I switched the locks on this thing. I don't have the key, so I didn't feel like messing with it. You're able to weasel it out. You have a 13mm bolt that comes off of there, and you just take the tubes loose. And once you get it down here, you can separate them. But I wanted to show you what was going on. So inside here, if you can see it, there's a rubber inside liner, and you can see it right there. And it's hard to see, but you see how it looks like? It should not be looking like that. Basically, this is blocking fuel from getting down in there. And what it's designed to do is kind of slow down the backflow. This is old school technology, but this has created a heck of a problem with trying to pump gas. So this basically stops the fuel starts backing up, and it keeps on kicking the pump. So replacing this line will fix that problem. This applies to all 99 to 2002 Yukon Suburbans, Tahoes, Silverados, and Sierras. They all have this problem. So if you're having a problem pumping fuel, it's probably because you can kind of see that inner liner right there. It collapsed on itself. And once it collapsed on itself, fuel can't get through. So that's where your problem is. So we'll go ahead and get the new one installed. I'm going to go ahead and reuse the old piece here. I really don't want to mess with trying to get this thing off and messing with the ground loop wire and all that. So we're just going to disconnect it from here, reconnect it to here, and put her all back together. All right, so we fished her in there. You do have to bend the tab, because one part of the tab, let me show you on this other one, this piece needs to slide down into the frame, and it doesn't want to. So you got to bend that down a little bit so that you can fish it in there, because you're gonna have to put the 13mm on the other side. That was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. And then the 20-year-old clip, of course, broke, so I just put a zip tie on there, and I reused the stock filler, and then just tightened everything up, and then we'll go test her out. Just got to put the bolts back in that after we put her down, and should be good. So it is possible to do this with the spare tire in. It's just a pain. Also, you know, just be mindful. Try to clean as much as you can. I cleaned a little bit. I should have cleaned more because I'm gonna take a shower. I'm buried in dirt from fishing around down here. So, and if you're in the Midwest, you know, my little frame crackings, yours will probably look way worse than this. So it's just gonna be a mess dealing with that. So anyway, we'll go ahead and put her back together and go test her. All right, so moment of truth. Go ahead and see if our repair works. Never mind the gas prices are in California. Absolutely horrible. Just put her in. Alright, let's see here. Usually it stops like in 2 seconds. And we are now pumping, thank God. So it's been really windy. I actually had to recut this part of the video because there's just too much wind blowing at the gas station. So anyway, we're done with this. Again, I'll have all the parts that we use and tools in the description here. If you have any questions about anything you see, please ask them. I do my best to get to you guys. Also, we have a lot more projects coming up on this. We have an oil change coming up. We're going to take a look inside the engine, see what it looks like from the Valvoline Restore and Protect that we've been using. We also got to fix the section door for choosing up, down, and whatever for the air conditioning unit, because that's broken too. It's a simple fix, but we're going to do a video on that. And then we're going to have the cord coming up soon. This car is back. It has some sort of crazy electrical issue, so this one's going to be a bit of a project here to get it working again, because it's throwing all sorts of weird codes. So look forward to going through that. That's going to be fun. Again, thanks for watching the videos. Please like, share, comment, and I'm working on some partnerships so I can get you guys some discounts on some stuff, especially some of the tools you see me working with. I like to be able to try to pass you on some sort of discount so you can use those tools also. So thanks again for watching, and have a great day.